Did you know that some of history's most infamous dictators, figures synonymous with terror, cruelty, and oppression, were also responsible for actions that profoundly transformed their nations? It's a chilling paradox, and by the end of this video, you might find yourself questioning how power can blur the line between good and evil. Let's dive into the top 10 good things evil dictators did, and prepare to grapple with some complex truths. Before we begin, a question to ponder. Can we separate a person from their actions? After hearing these stories, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 10. Joseph Stalin's Industrial Revolution. Joseph Stalin, infamous for orchestrating the Great Purge and sending millions to the gulags, also led an industrial transformation that changed the Soviet Union forever. His 5-year plans created vast railways, steel plants, and factories, propelling the USSR from an agrarian society to a global superpower. This infrastructure played a crucial role in defeating Nazi Germany and laying the foundation for the space race. Yet, this progress came at an immense human cost: forced labor, famine, and countless lives lost. Can industrial achievements justify such suffering? History leaves us to wrestle with that question. Number 9. Benito Mussolini's infrastructure boom. Italy under Mussolini saw significant advancements in infrastructure. Modern highways, bridges, and urban planning projects reshaped the nation. One notable feat was the draining of the Pontine marshes, turning a malaria-infested wasteland into arable farmland. Roads like the Via dei Colli connected previously isolated regions, fostering economic development. However, these accomplishments were often driven by forced labor and relentless propaganda. Can progress built on oppression truly be celebrated? Let's move on. Number 8. Adolf Hitler's Autobahn. Adolf Hitler, whose name is synonymous with unspeakable horrors, spearheaded the construction of the German Autobahn. These highways provided jobs during the Great Depression and laid the foundation for one of the world's most efficient transport networks. But there's a dark irony here. This infrastructure also served the Nazi war machine. Can the utility of a road overshadow the regime that built it? It's a question worth considering. Number 7. Genghis Khan's religious tolerance. Genghis Khan, a conqueror known for the rivers of blood left in his wake, surprisingly promoted religious freedom within the Mongol Empire. Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, and others were allowed to worship freely, a policy that helped maintain unity across his vast territories. This raises a fascinating paradox. Can a ruler known for unparalleled brutality also be remembered as a pioneer of coexistence? History often defies simple labels. Number 6. Mao Zedong's literacy campaigns. Before Mao's rule, much of China's population was illiterate. His government launched nationwide literacy campaigns and introduced simplified Chinese characters to make learning more accessible. By the time of his death, literacy rates had risen dramatically, laying the foundation for China's future advancements. However, these gains occurred alongside devastating policies like the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, which caused immense suffering. Can we separate the progress in education from the tragedies that accompanied it? Number 5. Saddam Hussein's education reforms. During Saddam Hussein's early rule, Iraq saw significant investments in education and healthcare. Free schooling for boys and girls led to one of the most advanced education systems in the Middle East. Imagine a young Iraqi girl in the 1970s attending school for the first time, dreaming of a brighter future. Yet, Saddam's later years were marked by war, oppression, and devastation. How do we reconcile these two sides of his legacy? Number 4. Napoleon Bonaparte's Napoleonic Code. Napoleon's Napoleonic Code standardized laws across France, emphasizing equality before the law, property rights, and secular governance. It influenced legal systems worldwide and became a cornerstone of modern democracy. Yet, This legacy was forged by an emperor whose relentless ambition plunged Europe into war. Can we separate the legal pioneer from the military aggressor? Number 3. Fidel Castro's healthcare system. Cuba under Fidel Castro became renowned for its universal healthcare system. Despite economic hardships, Castro's government trained doctors who saved lives across continents and provided healthcare to all Cubans. However, his regime also silenced dissent and restricted freedoms. Can we admire the achievements in healthcare while questioning the cost of repression? Number 2. Augusto Pinochet's economic policies. Pinochet's dictatorship in Chile is infamous for human rights abuses. Yet, his free market reforms transformed Chile into one of South America's most stable economies. With policies that reduced inflation and attracted foreign investment, Chile became a model for economic growth. But can prosperity built on oppression ever be justified? It's a moral dilemma that lingers. Number 1. Julius Caesar's calendar. Before Julius Caesar, Rome's calendar was chaotic, with months drifting out of sync with the seasons. His Julian calendar, based on solar cycles, brought order to timekeeping and influenced the Gregorian calendar we use today. Imagine waking up on January 1st, unsure if it's spring or winter. Thanks to Caesar, we don't have to. But his dictatorship also marked the fall of the Roman Republic. Can we thank him for fixing our calendar while acknowledging the cost to democracy? So, what do you think? Can we acknowledge these good deeds without ignoring the horrors behind them? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if this journey through history fascinated you, hit subscribe for more stories that uncover the grey areas of the past.